Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Covering the presidential race, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Some in the American media do not quite understand that reporting and analyzing what presidential candidates are doing and saying is not supposed to be a rooting experience. When you root for someone, you cannot possibly cover that person in a fair and balanced way. Now, if you're not a journalist, it really doesn't matter. Plenty of programs on radio and TV that use political campaigns for entertainment purposes. Comedy Central, for example, makes a living doing that, with Stewart and Colbert becoming stars. But the serious business of actually bringing information to you, the American people, about those who want power over you is no joke. It's well documented. National press in this country leans left. In fact, if the Fox News channel did not exist, almost all the television reportage would come from liberal-leaning companies. That's a fact. There's also pressure to get ratings, to bring in candidates who will attract a mass audience. Donald Trump's the best example of that. He's in great demand on TV. Mr. Trump knows this. But I have to say he has been fairly fearless, showing up pretty much everywhere to make his case. We hope that continues. However, like every other candidate, Mr. Trump wants to be treated in a way that he considers fair. And therein lies the problem. What's fair? There are some political candidates who will not appear on certain venues because they do not want to subject themselves to rigorous questioning. Sometimes I tell you who those people are. Dick Cheney, for example, did not do the factor while he was vice president because he knew that I had many questions about his Iraq war participation. After Mr. Cheney left office, he came in here a number of times, but while he was serving, he wanted no part of us. President Obama has sat with me for 3 interviews, but I don't believe he will do that again. Last time we spoke, the interview was very intense, and the word on the street is the president didn't like it very much. Now, that does not matter to me. My job is to ask every political candidate the tougher questions I can think of. If you watched The Factor last night, you saw Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and Ben Carson all put through their paces. By the way, we'll have a very lively mail segment about that at the end of the program. The danger here is that some candidates will go only to venues that favor them. This week, some pirated audio featured a conversation off the air between Donald Trump and MSNBC host Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski. Some believe that conversation was inappropriate. It began with Ms. Brzezinski complimenting Mr. Trump for bringing an Iraq war veteran onto the stage with him.
You know what I thought was kind of a wow moment was the guy you brought up on stage.
Yeah, that was good.
We played it several times this morning.
We played it up against Obama.
The both guys. The both guys.
Oh, yes, we played Obama first.
The young guy
and then we
champ.
played the guys.
I saw it. I watched your show this morning. You have me almost as a legendary figure. I like it. One more segment?
One more segment, and then we're good. Thank you for doing this.
Okay. I'm doing it because I get nothing. You know, you get great ratings and a raise. Me, I get nothing.
We're getting a real window into your... So...
Well...
Just make us all look good, that's right.
Exactly.
Now, I said, Mika, it's Micah. All right. Now, Talking Points does not see anything wrong with that banter. I want to be quite clear. Donald Trump has said similar things to me off camera, that he brings in big ratings and doesn't get much out of it. But he does it in a joking way, and of course he gets a lot out of it. Some believe Mr. Trump tries to co-opt some journalists, tries to persuade them to be friendly. But almost every political candidate does that. It's part of the process. Of course, politicians want favorable treatment, and there's nothing wrong with them trying to get it. But there is something very wrong with news agencies providing favorable coverage to any candidate in return for access or because of simpatico ideology. Running for president is a very serious business, and all of us covering the campaign have an obligation to be fair but tough and make no deals.